Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you very much for your tweets. Shaka Hislop with me in the studio. Don Hutchison, meanwhile, here in his garage. And Jan in another generic hotel room. Is that right, Jan? You're in Dortmund?
Yeah, I've been in Dortmund, now just in Düsseldorf on my way home. So I am in my usual room where I spend all my time, more or less.
Oh dear. All right, oh no, travel the world watching football. Poor Jan. Meanwhile, Don, what is the percentage? We've had a lot of questions on this.
Every time Don's on is great.
What is the percentage chance Solskjaer will be Manchester United manager on January the 1st?
Will be Man United's manager on January the 1st. I will say 95%.
Wow, that's really high, Don.
I don't think they sack him. I don't think they sack him. I don't.
What about this
Jan
run?
thinks it's too high.
Yeah, what about this run of games they've got, Don? It's really tough.
They are tough, but from what I'm reading, I think Jan might concur that I don't seem to think that Ole's under that much pressure.
I think that I don't think he's under pressure from the board. I don't think he's under pressure from the owner because he's a perfect manager for their so-called project. That I'm not sure what the project is. Can't be to have a great football team looking like a football team. That's for sure. But again, the shareholders of that club are the fans, and if they start moving, this could go faster than we think.
Yeah. So what percent would you say? What percent, Jan?
Yeah, 96, Jan.
Why would he go higher, Don, when you just said...
No.
I'm trying to suck him in, Dan. I'm trying to suck him in.
Don would have said 60-50, but I say 50-50.
What, you think 50-50?
Yeah.
50-50, Jan.
Wow. But well, things happening fast because if you see that downfall now, if you see the last 7 games, is it 4 they lost of them?
Yes.
And I mean, this goes quicker than we think. And that has nothing to do with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being a club legend, a good guy, or their man. This thing happened quick. There are 5 games now. The last game is the Manchester Derby, the 6th of November. Then there is an international break. It's always dangerous international breaks for managers under pressure.
All right.
I'll tell you what.
All right, 94.
If Ronaldo publicly throws his toys out the pram, that could spell the end for Solskjaer.
A little strop today, didn't he?
Yeah, a little strop. And you just looking at his body language on the field, he's not looking happy.
Did you see Pogba's strop?
Where's your percentage?
My percentage is 60.
That he will be there.
That he will be manager. I think it's just over half.
Did you guys see Paul Pogba's strop today after the game?
Yeah, but nobody takes one Paul Pogba's strop. The difference, Ronaldo says that. I think it's a lot more damaging to Solskjaer.
Another stupid mistake.
Yeah. Well, we all know that though.
More of the same. So for all of you, let's start with you, Jan. If Ole gets sacked tomorrow, who would be a suitable replacement, Conte or Zizou?
I think that is an interesting question, but it's more like, what have they done before? They've tried everything. A copy of Sir Alex Ferguson, a guy from the outside who is mad, Van Gaal, then a born winner, Mourinho, didn't work out. Then they wanted one from the philosophy of Sir Alex Ferguson. Where are they going now? There is no chance that they will go from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to Conte. How is that like? Will they go for Zinedine Zidane, who is probably a bit like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Yeah. I'm not saying, but I still won a lot of Champions Leagues. I'm not taking that away from him. But I think that this is one of the main things why they keep him, because I'm not sure about the replacement either.
Why would you have Conte over Zidane, Don?
Well, for a watch, I'd love to see Zizou in charge because I think he'd make them into an exciting side. But I think if you want to get Man United to win the title, I think you stand more chance with Conte. I think it's what he does. His remit is he goes into clubs where they're nearly men and he gets them over the line. You know, I was joking last week about him going at Newcastle. Well, he'll go into Man United and tweak 1 or 2 things and buy 1 or 2 players. And he'll get them a hell of a lot closer than I think than Zizou would. But for a watch-wise, to see how it goes, Zidane would be pretty amazing.
Zidane, you feel, would be less likely to upset the apple cart.
Yeah, to Don's point, I don't think this Manchester United squad are nearly men. I think it's a talented squad.
Yes.
It's a talented squad just without any real direction. I think Zidane comes in, he's fantastic man and manager, showed that in a Real Madrid dressing room that included Cristiano Ronaldo and Varane, comes in and does something similar. Between the two, if I have to pick one between the two, I think Zidane.
It's interesting, isn't it, Jan? Just put into context what it'd be like to have someone like Zinedine Zidane walk into that dressing room.
Well, it's also interesting that Varane and Cristiano Ronaldo have been there, and Cristiano Ronaldo would certainly talk to his man Jorge Mendes and say, "Who could we bring in?"
Yes.
I think those kind of talks they are in the surroundings anyway. I think that Zinedine Zidane will come in there with a lot of respect and everything, but I think that Zinedine Zidane will also look at that team. How long will that take me to make that into a team? And he will ask himself, "Is that my main strength? Is my English good enough?" Because you have to speak English as well, although Conte has tried that and succeeded without the English. So I think this is a hard one to guess.
It's weird, isn't it? It'll be interesting to see. Shaka, despite the goals conceded today, has De Gea returned to a world-class level?
Yes.
Great save, wasn't it?
Yes. I put my hands up. I thought De Gea was well past his best.
How high do you put your hand, Shane?
As high as they can go, Dan.
That's high, isn't it?
That's very high.
Listen,
I said I thought De Gea was past his best. I thought in discussing the long-term goalkeeping position between him and Henderson, I thought you go with Henderson because while he wasn't yet at De Gea's level best, I thought he was improving and David De Gea has been regressing. And then all of a sudden this season happened. And David De Gea has been simply outstanding. I got incredibly wrong.
Well done, Ole Gunnar, that you made him look the best keeper in the world.
Yes. Promise, he's only focused on De Gea the whole time.
That is what we're saying.
Yeah.
That, listen. When we do our analysis, this is a typical one. So we are talking about all the players not producing. Greenwood, check.
Yeah.
De Gea, check. But Maguire, now that's Ole Gunnar's fault.
Jan, you brought up on the show that Jadon Sancho has been a shadow of himself because he hasn't been coached properly by Ole. You can't then turn the table.
De Gea had been fantastic, then was awful for 3 seasons, now having a good season.
There is something wrong with my line. I can't hear you. There's something wrong.
That hotel room.
Here we go. Now, Don triggered somewhat of a debate last week as to what is a half volley and a volley. He obviously produced a video with his beautiful twins to try and explain it all. Was the third goal from Vardy a volley or a half volley, Don?
That was a half volley.
Yeah.
Explain why.
That was a half volley. Well, as I showed in my Instagram or to the post I sent you, a volley is when the ball is in the air, either coming out the sky and you take it first time, or a volley is when the ball, and you don't really have to measure any sort of height or anything, but I would say in and around a hip area, that's a volley. Where a half volley, when you take it quite close to the ground, that's a half volley.
Yeah, but I have to come in there, Dan, because I was the second best volley player in the world after Mark Hughes in my prime, and when Vardy's today was an excellent example of how you are using your technique. Because have a look at where he hits the ball. Yeah. That is on his shin pads, but still his technique and his balance and how he's working with his body makes it as a fantastic goal. And people have no clue. They will say this is luck. No, this is great technique. No.
Yeah, people.
Can I just say, hold on. Well, to Dan's question, or how we teed it up, that it triggered a debate. It only triggered a debate in the Thomas household. Dan is the only person who can't seem to understand the difference between a volley and a half volley.
Shaka,
there's
honestly,
no debate. It's only Dan.
Shaka,
okay, right.
Yeah. My Twitter feed was going mental.
Yeah.
They were arguing with an ex-professional.
Also, do you think I go home and speak to Denise and say, do you know what I think a volley and a half volley is? Definitely not.
She'd punch you right in the face.
I have my suspicions. Dan.
What are you talking about? But I suppose people are...
Dan will...
Go on.
Say.
Go on, yeah.
No, I'm just thinking of your household when you come home to your wife and you say, how are you, love? I'm half, or I'm full, or I'm whatever. What a marriage. Love you.
Yeah, man. She's Brazilian and she's always over the top full, I can tell you that. Looking at it, Don, I suppose people compare it to tennis, half volley, and then citing that.
Tennis, half volley, you've lost me there.
So obviously tennis is when you hit it on the full is a volley. When it bounces and then you hit it, that's a half volley.
Right, yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty simple when you try and explain what a half volley is. You take it when it fractionally hits the floor, half volley. when the ball is in the air, hip height or coming out the sky, and you take it on the volley.
Dan, can I come with a recommendation of a great Norwegian who played for Swindon? Have a look at the goal. Fraser Digby is shooting the ball out, and this Norwegian take a ball in the air and making the same circle over the goalkeeper. Have a look at that, and then you know what a great volley is for the rest of your life.
Like Robin van Persie.
Look at my goal from the halfway line.
This is one of the best goals ever.
Here's it simply. Goalkeepers kicking the ball out of their hands will either volley or half volley.
Yes.
That's it in its simplest form.
Yeah.
Look at goalkeepers. Stop trying to...
But Don, it can still bounce and be a volley. That's what gets me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay. I'm clearly just not going to get it.
Go discuss it with Denise and see.
Yeah, good luck with that. Some other issues at the moment. Anyway, hi all. Does Chelsea need to go back to a back four? We speak about this in the Thomas household all the time.
Is Denise sending these in?
What does Denise think?
Is this Denise's question?
Is Tuchel just hanging on to something that worked in the first 5 to 6 months? Even on a good day, the lack of attacking coherence is apparent here. Don?
No, they're a back five. They're a back five team. When you look at the personnel that they've got, Marcus Alonso cannot play as a regular left back. Reece James can on the right hand side, but he's a wing back as well. So Antonio Conte had it right when he turned them into a 5. Sarri had it right when he played with a 5 as well. So you look at the personnel what Chelsea have got. I can't imagine them going any other way.
What was your least favourite training drill, exercise, and why, Jan? Volleys?
No, volleys. I had to train all the time to be the second best in the world.
Wow.
I was with Felix Magath. I mean, he is the maddest coach I've ever had. I had a coach before him. I was always last by running, and then he came. I had to be in front because we were running all the time, boys. You can't believe how much we were running.
Wow.
We're like 1.5 hours in the forest. I didn't like that. But having said that, I didn't like these pass exercises where you stop thinking, where you're just in the exercise without thinking. You just do this because that is the drill. I don't like them either.
Right. Don, you were good at the ones where you didn't have to think.
I can remember me and Jan had a coach. Me and Jan had a coach at Sheffield United called Willie Donaghy. And he was my absolute nemesis.
Wow.
The two of us hated each other. And he put on a drill one day, and it was the most alien drill for a footballer I've ever known. And still to this day, I've got no idea what the purpose of the drill was. And he put on an 11v11, but if you passed the ball to your left-hand side, you had to run to your right-hand side. And if you passed the ball forward, you would have to run backwards. And if you passed the ball backwards, you would have to run forwards. So I'm thinking, like, everything about what you know about the game, when I passed the ball forward into my front man, I want to go and join Jan. He would blow the whistle and go, foul, free kick to the opposite side.
Yeah,
and they had a massive argument. And then years later, I went to Sunderland, and there was a physio called Mark Leather who came from Liverpool. Amazing fella, great fella, but he loved his rugby. So he put this session on one day, and it was a 1v1. I was coming back from injury, and he put a rugby ball in his hand, and he went, right, Shaka would have loved it. And he went, right, Don, what I'm going to do is I'm going to volley this rugby ball along the floor, and when it bounces up, the last time it touches the floor, I want you to try and react and control it on your right foot, left foot, chest, wherever. And I've gone, I hate rugby. Like, this is just not going to be for me this session.
Wow.
Anyway, he's got the rugby ball and he's blasted it along the floor hard and low. And I'm like this, like thinking, like, which way is it going to go? Which way is it going to go? It bounced up, hit me on the nose and broke my nose.
I was about to say.
Wow.
From the time you started, that's a broken nose waiting to happen.
It's quite a long story to get to a broken nose.
Well, I was interested with it. I was interested in the story.
It's quite straight though, Don, your nose, despite how many times did you break it?
It's not bad. Twice.
That's all right. Oh, we got to move on, apparently. All right, then.
Nobody wants to know about Don's nose.
Final point.
No, but I have to just give it to Will Donaghy, because Will Donaghy was that kind of manager. I remember we played Sunderland. I scored and made an assist, and he came on and he had a go at me because, Jan, you have scored a goal. You had one assist. What else have you done? I took off my shoes and I threw it at him. Wow. I don't know if you remember that, Don, but what a man.
Wow.
Yeah. Strange man.
Final question. We need to hear Don's side of the crocodile incident.
I don't know what this is.
So basically, Stevie was saying that you were on tour in South Africa and he was in a golf cart with you and he turned a corner quite sharply. You fell out of the golf cart and almost fell in a lake full of crocodiles.
Really? Wow. I cannot remember this.
Oh, you were drunk.
I honestly can't remember this.
I feel like that was something you would remember.
I must have been hammered.
Well, I don't know. Stephen maybe was on the tipsy side as well, and just got you mistaken.
I wonder if he's got me. Yeah, he might have got mixed up with Don Matteo, or
I don't know. Don.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh, it's not like Stevie to forget things. Right, that is it. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for your tweets. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.